What's up, all my Ewoks, Fools, Droids, and Wookiees? It's Anna, also known as That Star Wars Girl, and today I'm going to be talking once again about the High Republic. It's been a while since I did a High Republic video, but if you guys missed any, I covered basically all of the High Republic news when these books started coming out, all of the animatics, all of the drama with the authors, which I am blocked by. Fun stuff. They blocked me before I even knew who they were. Ironic, isn't it? They knew who I was before I knew who they were. Tells you something. Means I'm doing something right. But I actually found out about this news back on, July 31st. And I guess I forgot to make a video about it. I don't know. Maybe it was one of the times I was out of town. But so basically, in one of these shit shows that they want to call a novel, they introduced a new Force power that apparently every Jedi is going to want and covet. And I'm just like, and it is called Force tripping. Force tripping. So, yeah. Let's take a look at, little sections that I cropped out from this. As you guys know, if you guys, follow my channel, or if you follow Star Wars, people working at Disney, they don't understand how hyperspace travel works, which was explained in the very first Star Wars movie when, they're like, go, go, go. And Han Solo says, no, it's not that easy. We have to let the computer calculate a trajectory for us because we could, fly through a fucking supernova. We could run into a planet or an asteroid belt. Like, we need to have the computer plot a course for us through hyperspace because shit can go wrong if you don't. And I was explaining this to a normie. It's like, oh, well, you can travel through space. It's like, well, yes, you can travel through space. Space is very vast, and guess what? It's got a lot of fucking space. It's literally outer space. But this is the way I kind of explain it to my normie friends. It's like, okay, would you rather take the freeway to get to where you're going, or do you want to go off-roading and drive through like fields and farmland? Which one do you think you're gonna have an easier time traveling by? Is it a hyperspace trail, a freeway, or are you just gonna go drive through a field? See, I feel like that's the best analogy I can use for like a normie. So it's like, yeah, you can just go off in space, and that's what they do when they're not traveling through hyperspace. But if you are traveling through hyperspace, you need the computer to plot a course of, and this is kind of why it's like known space versus unknown space. And so if you are in known space, all of that is all, coursed out and plotted, and there's all these technical things that you can really get into, but I feel like that's the basis explanation that I can give to, normies that might not know too much about how this works, but it was kind of explained in the very first movie. I would highly recommend go watching that one. So Star Wars has introduced a new force power, hyperspace tripping. Hyperspace is the key to travel in the Star Wars galaxy, with starships that exceed light speed jumping to another dimensional plane in order to move at a phenomenal speed. The true nature of hyperspace has always been something of a mystery, and it's gradually becoming clear that it's true from an in-universe perspective. So I would just like to say, no, if you watch the movie, you would kind of understand it, and if you had a base knowledge of I don't know how travel works, you could probably figure it out. If you had this thing in your head called a brain, you could probably figure it out. Heck, I watched Star Wars for the first time when I was basically an infant, and I understood it. I saw Star Wars for the first time when I was 2.5 years old, and I was completely mesmerized and, just glued to the TV. And I will never forget, sitting there and watching Star Wars, and even I understood that, but apparently, I don't know, perception is too hard for some people. This lack of understanding may explain why even the Empire never weaponized hyperspace, and why Vice Admiral Holdo's hyperspace kamikaze attack in Star Wars The Last Jedi was such a game changer. No, it was stupid. It was beyond fucking stupid. And that whole movie was a waste of time and should have never been made. Out of the Shadows stars Jedi Knight Vern Rowe, a teenage prodigy among the Jedi. Well, everyone in this High Republic is a prodigy. They're all amazing. They're the bestest ever. # slay, yes, queen. Yeah, they have no flaws. And if they have flaws, it's like it's like that episode of The Office where Michael has to give like what are his weaknesses, and he just he names off like all of the best qualities of him, and they're like, that's flawed. Like, it's like, really? That's what they're trying to do to sell this to you. It's like, no, it's just Mary Soup 2.0. Let's see. who successfully completed the Jedi trials when she was aged just 15. She may be young, but Vern possesses a unique relationship with the Force, and the book reveals she sometimes possesses a power called hyperspace tripping. It's like, how stupid can you fucking get? But this is what happens when you get a writer like you know, Justina Ireland, who is the author and invented this force tripping because she doesn't have a creative bone in her body. When Vern is aboard a vessel traveling through hyperspace, her mind can actually become unmoored from her body and travel ahead through this mysterious plane of existence. She receives visions of distant worlds, visions she is learning to use to guide her, to allow her to understand where she can best serve the will of the Force. Vern has almost no control over these experiences, which she describes as force tripping, and that understandably freaks her out a little. Yeah, this sounds like a kid wrote it. But just to give you guys a little bit of a better idea of why this exists now and who wrote this, let me show you a few clips of this author.
I was just wondering, where do you get your inspiration from when you're writing?
I'm really angry. So angry. And the world just keeps giving me more inspiration. For a lot of things, my inspiration is what makes me move. And what makes me move is rage. Other people, it's love. Other people, it's just telling a story. So I don't read long books, unless they really pull me in. And I tend to read, when I read historical fiction, I tend to read it for perspectives that you don't get in the classroom, or you don't get every time Fourth of July comes around. I'm like, I don't need another story about George Washington, right? I know what the dude did. We get it, George. But I think I really want to know those perspectives that we haven't heard traditionally through history. I was in college the first time I realized that history wasn't all just white dudes. I was like, oh crap, there are other people there too. Thanks, Howard Zinn. Look, historians do it all the time, man. All your history books are the story that some dude decided was the truth, right? So my undergrad is in history, and I almost finished a master's in history, and then I went and did an MFA instead because thank you, because that's what I do with my life. I never finish things. But the thing about history is it's all about people, and it's all about people reacting to the events of the time. And if you know people and the people mindset of that time, you can change history to say whatever you want it to be. I didn't know until this year that the Civil War was not about slavery. That's amazing, guys. All this time, I thought it was about slavery. It's about economics, apparently, even or states' rights, one of those two.
So now that I have introduced all of you to Justina Ireland, this was the first clip, and guys, the links for all of these tweets are going to be in the description of this video. Let's check out another wonderful clip by her and see what more she has to say.
History. Was that your sort of intent to rewrite history in this novel?
Oh, most definitely. I don't think people realize that Black people existed except for civil rights and slavery, right? If you look to fiction, Black people have been erased in a lot of meaningful ways. Yeah. I do believe that fiction has that power because then people start to ask the question, why didn't I know about this? Why didn't nobody tell me about this? Because no one seems to understand that the history you get taught in school is a very calculated history. It is the history of the people that someone at some point in time thought were important. No one cared about Alexander Hamilton until there was a Broadway play about him. And they're like, oh yeah, the founding father without a father. He's on the $10 bill. Nobody knew. Nobody.
I don't know if she realizes that Alexander Hamilton wasn't Black. Like he is in the play, or he's not a POC. But yeah, I hope you guys don't hate me for having to put you through that. But yeah, so they got somebody who is motivated by hate. What is that little saying? Oh yeah, hate leads to anger, anger leads to suffering. Those are paths to the dark side. It's almost as if you learned anything, or if you knew anything about Star Wars, you would know that, and you knew the teachings, and you watched scenes with the character. It's really fucking iconic that the High Republic is using and manipulating to get people to care because they're using a character that would have been alive during that time. It's almost as if they should have taken his teachings to heart. But yeah, sorry I made you guys watch that, or both of those. Yeah, so you got somebody that's motivated by hate, doesn't really like to read books, doesn't understand that slavery was part of economics. Holy shit, mind blown. And yeah, that's why Star Wars is in the state that they're in, because they hire people to click that little diversity list checklist, and you get people like this that put agendas over storytelling, and it just, creativity just seems to be truly dead here. But anyways, everyone, we have force tripping now thanks to Justina Ireland. But yeah, I just wanted to let you guys know about all this. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down in the comment section below. What do you guys think of force tripping? Do you think it's stupid? Because it kind of is. Anyways, everyone, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and smash the like button. If you didn't, that's okay too. Thank you so much for watching this far through. And until next time, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And may the force be with you, because we are really, really, really going to need it. Bye, everyone. Hey everyone, if you'd like to help support the channel, check out my Etsy, where I sell prints of my original oil paintings and drawings that range from horror villains, heroes, and your favorite Star Wars characters. I also have an art channel where I post time lapses and tutorials, and also if you want to see work in progresses, I also have an Instagram dedicated specifically to that. Then finally, you can check out my Teespring for wearable merch, and all platforms are listed down below in the description of this video. So thank you so much, everyone, and have a great rest of your day.